G'day, mate. Welcome to my turn. This is Chloe. We are together, falling in love with our true selves. Those who have seen the movie God Will Hunting will surely remember the scene where, after Skyler asks Will to accompany her to California, Will exploded a quarrel with his girlfriend. He appeared weak, cold, and heartless. The face of such an intelligent, humorous, and understanding girlfriend, he was anxious and angry, cursing and trampling on the genuine affection of his girlfriend, eager to dive into his inner world. When we saw Will calmly say, "I don't love you," and leave, with Skyler curled up crying, many viewers probably wanted to jump onto the screen and slap the male lead. Others shed tears, but they weren't just feeling sorry for Skyler. Their tears also flew for Will. Those people are likely just like him, having an avoidant attachment style, empathizing with Will, and feeling sorrow for his stumble yet humble inner self. Avoidant attachment is the most deceptive among adult attachment styles, often mistaken for secure attachment. In intimate relationships, individuals with these styles are likened to wearing the cloak of an ideal mate, yet are often by lovers. Even more interesting is that it might be the most mainstream attachment style among contemporary young people. So it seems that avoidant attachment deserves more of our attention to decipher. Consider whether we know such people most have a favorable impression of them, finding them quite charming. Upon first meeting, people feel comfortable around them as if they've known each other for quite a long time. They understand how to care for others' feelings and process impressive social skills, making people eager to engage with them further. Much like the male lead Will in Good Will Hunting, who also exudes a mysterious charm, captivating the female lead Skyler upon the first encounter at the bar. But when you step forward, you may find them have already hung on "Do Not Disturb" sign on the gateway to their world. Did we do anything wrong? Or are they too hard to please? Neither is the case. Individuals with avoidant attachment likely reject you not out of dislike, but as a preemptive lost cutoff due to overprotecting themselves. There are some descriptions of people with avoidant attachment. We can compare them to ourselves and those around us to see how many apply. I'm very independent, enjoying eating, sleeping, shopping, and watching movies alone. I can handle everything myself. I like him or her, but seeing him or her wanting to do everything with me makes me uncomfortable. I always feel like I have a poor memory, and others have also told me that my memory is not good. I don't like talking about myself or telling others what I need, and even think expressing needs public is seeking attention. The stronger my desire, the harder it is for me to express them to others. When someone tries to fulfill my wishes, I inexplicably feel that something bad is going to happen. From the description above, we can get some clues. People with an avoidant attachment style aren't avoiding social interaction per se, but rather the pressure and problems that are arising during interactions. Their coping mechanism is to avoid these issues, acting as if they never existed or as if they didn't care about the person. Someone might ask if it is possible to mistaken for a secure attachment type. What's wrong with just being avoidant attachment type? Others might wonder if people with secure attachments never enjoy solitude. Additionally, some might ask, isn't it said that only those with inner strength can shine alone? My response is that individuals with avoidant attachment, when they feel pressure in relationships, tend not to confront issues directly or resolve them in a healthy, possible way. Instead, they prefer a quick fix and tend to avoid problems altogether. Many people with avoidant attachment don't actually enjoy solitude. They are often forced into solitude. Their supposed strength is not genuine. In fact, they use indifference and rejection to protect their overly sensitive and fragile inner selves. So, if individuals with avoidant attachment don't develop strong self-awareness, they might continue to isolate themselves, trapped in loneliness, unable to connect with the one they love or comfort those who love them. Individuals with avoidant attachment are not emotional insulators in love. On the other contrary, their polished social skills and alluring aura of solitude often make them attractive to the opposite sex. However, they tend to seek partners who are less self-focused and more easygoing, because they believe they cannot meet their partner's intense emotional needs. Partners with avoidant attachment do have a certain potential to be heartbreakers, because before they are truly ready to commit to a relationship, they might entertain the idea of testing the waters by establishing quasi-romantic relationships. They keep these relationships brief, cutting ties quickly before they become emotionally invested. Breakups might make them uncomfortable for a while, but they consider it better than deciding to face difficulty in a long-term relationship. If you happen to have a partner with avoidant attachment, you might find them very considerate, but you will also notice them need to maintain a certain distance. When you cross the boundary, you will see their discomfort. Sometimes you might notice them suddenly become very busy, working hard and ambitiously. They might also become extremely disciplined, spending several hours a day at the gym. They might even become unusually attentive to friends and family, enthusiastically helping with their problems. This could mean they are feeling dissatisfied with your relationship, probably because you depend on them too much. Of course, it might also that they are realizing they are starting to rely on you. For others, perhaps love is not enough when it is deepest. But for those with avoidant attachment, the more intensive the love, the stronger the urge to flee. In a romantic relationship with someone who has avoidant attachment, we might feel they hardly ever make commitments. They don't want to solve the problems between us. They are not good at expressing themselves and don't want to express their feelings either. They handle troubles on their own without telling me or letting me know. Sometimes it seems like they treat everyone better than treat me. For those with avoidant attachment, what drives them crazy is not the preemptively stifled emotional needs or the unfulfilled longings, but rather the fear of being judged, misunderstood, blamed, or hurt as a result. Remember the scene for Good Will Hunting mentioned at the beginning of this episode. Will's outburst was entirely because he worried that Skylar would eventually tire of him due to his imperfections. He was afraid of everything he met faced after breakup, so he pushed Skylar away in a manner that was as harmful to himself as it was to her. This worry acts as a highly sensitive ignition switch. Once individuals with avoidant attachment detect from the other's words, attitudes, or behavior that might get hurt, they become very aggressive. Even the slightest hint can make them bristle with scabs ready for battle. In Good Will Hunting, there is a scene where Will accompanies Skylar to study at an older cafe, and they discuss organic chemistry. Will mentions his self-taught organic chemistry to keep himself busy, to which Skylar jokes that no one would learn it just for fun, especially not someone like Will. Will's radar immediately perks up. his face guarded as he returns. Someone like me? Scholar clarified that his life already has enough fun without needing organic chemistry, and only then does will relax and drop his guard. Initially, he misunderstood Skylar as implying he was the type of the person who, despite high intelligence, might never use organic chemistry in the lower social strata. In this episode, we've decoded avoidant attachment, enabling us to more quickly identify the pretenders around us. However, the term pretender is neutral. They don't intentionally mean to harm anyone but are simply doing their utmost to avoid getting into trouble. What's a bit vexing thought is that, despite being heartbreakers, individuals with avoidant attachment still exude an irresistible charm. Why is that? If I or someone I know has avoidant attachment, what can be done to improve our interactions and achieve a healthy, stable relationship? In the next episode, we will continue to exploring this topic, further analyzing how these romantic roses are formed and how to cure their compulsion to love while simultaneously fleeing. Subscribe the channel and click the bell to watch the latest content and learn more about psychology. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. See ya.